Hi, gorgeous people. Welcome. This is one of my favorite spots on the Liffey River. This is about an hour away from the Liffey Falls itself. And it is such an amazing day. The sun is coming in and out. When the sun's out, it's really warm. When the sun is behind the cloud, it's freezing. We had snow down to 1,000 meters last night. Yep, it's summer in Tassie. And the chill on the air when there's no sun is, yeah, it's refreshing. I have to share this with you because it's so funny. So the river that you can see just behind me, I was sitting here getting everything set up and I popped my big jacket to the side and this massive gust, like this is a big, thick winter jacket, a massive gust of wind came through and took my jacket into the river and it started floating downstream. I was like, took my socks off quickly, put my jeans up and hopped in and grabbed my jacket. Thank God I didn't have the car keys in my jacket pocket, which sometimes I do. They're in my backpack. But so as I'm recording this, I do have to be mindful that the camera, if any breeze comes up, I'm right near the water, as you can hear. You can see my hair starting to move. The camera's starting to move. I'm going to have to keep an eye on, yes, the camera. My gosh, if my phone went into the water, let's not set that intention. We'll set that everything is on solid ground. I'm sitting on this amazing rock. And the footage that I've taken prior, which I would have, I'm sure I'll put that at the start of the video, you can see upstream and where that sound from the river is coming. Just a beautiful little running river sound. It feels so nurturing. It feels so nice to be back. We've just been in Bali, which was amazing. And yes, but the energy here, this beautiful grounding energy, and also the purifying energy from the water. And in fact, actually, this, maybe I talked about this in one of my last couple of videos about there being this planetary energy that can be tricky. And one of the remedies that was suggested for this tricky energy, which is until the end of June, is to actually be by the water. Because there is actually a lot of healing potential during this time. And we may find that being near a body of water, whether it's the ocean, river, waterfall, whatever it may be, a lake, may help us to tune into that healing energy that we all have access to. And I wanted to share with you, this may be a longer intro, so feel free to skip forward to the practice, but I wanted to share with you how I've been feeling lately. And I think it was the same feeling when I was in Bali. And it was it's an overthinking. And, you know, sometimes I wonder, is it just me? Is it my perimenopause? Is it, you know, a million different things? And I've spoken to some really close girlfriends of mine over these last couple of weeks, and even one just yesterday. And I just put it out there. I'm like, how's your mind? And every single one of them has said they are in their head. They're overthinking. You know, like our mind is always thinking, but this is like an intense overthinking. And even to the point where we know it's not helpful, but it's like we can't stop it. And you actually feel like you're going crazy. So I wanted to share this with you because if you happen to be feeling this as well, it definitely helps to know that you're not the only one. And by me chatting to my gorgeous friends that are having a similar experience, it has helped me so much. And actually, when I was talking to my dear friend Von yesterday, and I said to her, one of the most powerful medicines is talking to my dear friends. And because what is happening is when we're in this loop of overthinking and things like fear and doubt and worry start to come in, what I'm noticing is this spiraling. So it's like my vibration drops really quickly. And so because it happens so quickly, it's really hard to catch. And 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 so for me, the antidote is raising my vibration. And one of those incredible antidotes is picking up the phone, calling a girlfriend. And I felt that yesterday with Vaughn, and she said to me, I'm sure she wouldn't mind me sharing this with you, that that she hadn't thought about it that way, but she knew exactly what I was talking about. And she's always with her girlfriends when she's not busy being a mum and working and all of those things. And she really noticed when I mentioned it, just how powerful being with, these beautiful like-minded souls, that we're all having our individual journey, and how that does, it raises your vibration. So not all the time is it that we are turning towards meditation or breathing, or, they're all tools, but at different times we may need different things will work. And, nature is obviously such a powerful medicine. And occasionally we just, we'll be more drawn towards a different form of medicine. And so just be with your intuition. But what I would say with the overthinking and this spiraling down into this darker energy is, it's like my intuitive heart, my intuitive self becomes like the veil gets really thick, like this layer, this covering comes in, and it's really hard to connect into that. And so therefore we might get confused and may not know what it is that we need. I'm just going to grab the camera. As you can see, a bit of a gust, and you'll be able to hear it on the microphone as well. Okay, maybe that's settled down. So it's disorientating when we can't connect into that intuition. And this is why regular practice of connecting to ourselves is so important, because then it becomes like a muscle memory. So even when we're disorientated and we're overwhelmed, there's that split moment where we remember to pick up the phone, to get our feet on the earth, to go for a walk in nature, to listen to one of these recordings. And this is what's so important, because this heavier, darker energy that is there is powerful. And so we lifting our vibration as quickly as we can. And I'm not saying this is different to your stuff that's coming up that you need to work with and be in it. So it's not bypassing any of that at all. This is different. Hopefully the difference, you understand what I'm talking about. It's a little different. It is a lot different to that, actually. So, but know that anytime, even if I don't know you, we haven't met, maybe you've just found me through the channel or through Sparky or through one of my other beautiful ladies or men, know that you can reach out to me. Call me, email me, send me a message and say, hi, can you help? And that's, that is what we're here to do. We're here to help each other in our own unique way. And I feel that that's part of why I'm why I'm here is to help in my own small way. So don't feel like, oh, she'll be too busy, you know, or I don't know her, I can't reach out, or I haven't spoken to her for a long time. Do it. Pick up the phone, because I would love to hear from you, and hopefully have some be able to guide you or give you some support that you may need. Okay, enough chatter from me. Okay, what we do need to talk about is just a little bit more on where the moon's at and what is going on there. So a couple of things. And if astrology is not your thing, skip forward to the practice. So we're heading towards a full moon on the 3rd of March in Leo. And this is Vedic astrology, so different to Western astrology. And we've just had our first eclipse of the year. It was a solar eclipse on the new moon, and that was on Tuesday. And eclipses always come in pairs, and so we can basically consider all of February and maybe a lot of March being in this eclipse energy. And it's not a bad thing. I've heard someone say, maybe it was Swati or someone else, that, you know, the eclipse can eclipse out what we no longer need. So there's that energy. There's also the Mercury retrograde starting. Oh gosh, I did look up when it's starting. Maybe it's just started or it's just about to start. I'll pop the dates up on the screen. And I feel like it's going through until mid-March. So maybe it's just started. And I guess classic Mercury retrograde energy, or what we should be aware of during that time, is to slow down so that we are less likely to make mistakes, less likely to have an accident, things like that. So we have that layer as well. And there's also a bit of tricky Mars energy in there. So again, we don't really need to understand the specifics of exactly what's going on, because that's a lot. And that can take a lot of time, a lot of energy to understand that. And I certainly don't have any expertise in that area whatsoever. But what I would say is they're just opportunities for us to remember to be mindful. You know, it's common sense. It's, you know, that, to slow down, to be patient, to stay calm, be mindful, all of those things that we know we should be doing. And I'll never forget beautiful Kester Marshall, who's an Ayurvedic doctor. In one of he used to do all these amazing talks on Ayurveda. And I remember him talking about breaking the momentum, and I really didn't understand it at the time. Or I understood what he meant theoretically, but I definitely wasn't embodying it. And the essence of that teaching is, if we are regularly breaking the momentum, it's much easier to keep slowing down, to coming back to this calm, peaceful awareness, even though it may be chaotic outside. We can't control that. Whereas if we're not regularly breaking the momentum, it's like, it's the classic snowball effect. We're just going to end up out of control. And that's why these relax practices, 10 minutes every day, or whenever you get an opportunity to, can help you break that momentum so that you can stay more connected and you can respond to what is happening rather than being reactive. Okay, enough chatter from me. Our practice today is going to be an intuitive practice. I'm going to hopefully surrender into whatever wants to come forward in this moment for us all. And I feel, because we've been talking about, or I've been talking about this overthinking, that this will guide us to that, towards that place within us that is always at peace. So please come into any comfortable position, seated or lying down. If it's comfortable, close your eyes down, as this will help you to go within. And take a moment to feel the surface that is supporting you, and allow that surface to locate you, to even hold you. Such a nurturing feeling to be held. And many of us are holding space for many people in our lives. And perhaps, as for those that are women and listening, or I'm being very general here, but as women, we tend to be the nurturing energy for those around us. And perhaps sometimes we may not have that nurturance from someone, coming from someone outside of us, to hold that space for ourselves. And I feel that in this point in time, that, and if this is your experience, that this is happening for a reason. And that reason is to guide you within, to know that the deepest form of nurturance always comes from within. It's never external from us. And so sometimes we feel lonely, we don't feel supported by the outside world. This is actually a blessing, because then we seek what is available. And going within is always available. So as you go within, and this happens through relaxation, not through trying or effort. As you're aware of the breath, which is guiding you within, everything is slowing down. And you start to feel held by not only the support of the earth, the physical earth beneath you, but from this incredible energy, this universal energy that goes by many names. And for me, the labels which can only point towards what this energy is, because we essentially can't label or the label doesn't do it justice. But for me, this divine feminine, the mother, she who is all form, you and her are one and the same. So it's even interesting when we refer to her as something separate from ourselves, because you and her are one and the same. And when we slow down, when we go within, we begin to descend back into our essence, back into her. And allow yourself to have your unique experience of this energy, of the divine. You may hear her. She may come to you as an image. You may receive her as sound. You may sense her as pulsation. In any other way, simply relax. And through this relaxation, you will feel her presence. Sometimes it may be the briefest of moments. Other times we may stay connected for minutes. We may come in and out. And it may be helpful to keep coming back to the breath, for it is she that is breathing the body. She is entering the body through each breath. And she is helping you to release and let go on every exhale. She nurtures you with each inhale. She's guiding you to soften with each exhale. Rest in the awareness of her. Feel her guidance, her presence. As you descend with each breath, deeper and closer to each moment.